doing the water pump on my wife's Mazda CX9. This is not a Mazda engine, it's actually a Ford engine, and they put the water pumps on the timing chain side. So I gotta take all this crap out to access it, because I'm not lifting the motor up out of this engine bay. But yeah, looks like fun. It's not. I got the new water pump in, and the rest I got the cover back on. Got my Permatex sealer curing at the moment. I'm gonna work on the spark plugs since I got everything freaking disassembled. Do the plugs, and then I'm gonna do the drain and fill in the transmission fluid. Got a new seal down there. I only did the water pump. I didn't want to go crazy, and I don't think the chain and all that needs to be changed as well. That's just my recommendation. But I'm gonna give you a couple tips that help me for the this is on the Mazda CX9. I know the Ford might be a little different. I don't think the Ford engines have these cam sensors, I believe. And then it definitely doesn't have the water pump on this side. That's a pain in the ass. But I was able to get the water pump unbolted and out of the way to help obviously get the cover off. And you have to remove the axle. And that's the water pump right there hanging down. First thing would be, take the axle out, and then that way you can reach the water pump. Not water pump, power steering, my bad. It's 3 bolts on the power steering. There's 2 that are right here, kind of on the timing cover. One for sure on the cover, I think the one just above it. And it's the back one, it's a pain in the ass. Yeah, it's right on the back of this valve, on the valve cover right here, on the very back. And the only way I got to it was with this swivel. I was able to get it. And then once I got it free, I moved it out of the way. Another thing that helped me is when I was putting the timing cover back on, I used these little bolts right here on 2 of the threads to help kind of guide the cover back on, because I already had the gasket maker applied, and I had a little bit on the cover itself, just mainly on the sides, because over there's kind of a pain in the ass to get to. So I was putting it down just to help guide it on. I think it's JT Flips. He made a video on doing the CX9. He recommended these, and it was a good little tip to use. I have the box right here. There's the part number. I got mine they had it in stock at AutoZone. It's like $10. And then I went with the Gates water pump replacement. Here's the old water pump. Can't really see it, but this thing has a shit ton of play in it. So the bearing, whatever inside here, is done. And so it started moving around and shifting, throwing the timing off. And I ended up getting the P.16 code, which I'll post on here. And that's pretty much kind of an indication. Plus, I noticed the coolant reserve. There was no coolant in there. So there was, when I took off cover, I did see a little bit of coolant that was just about to start kind of leaking out, but it wasn't a lot on the based on your section where the oil's at. The other thing I have for a tip is when you're taking the pump off, because when you got this valve cover off, this is gonna be all open to your fucking where your oil's at. And I put a bunch of towels in there because when you remove the water pump, all that coolant's gonna come down. So I put a bunch of towels in there to kind of grab it, so all that's not going in there where your oil is usually at, in your oil pan. And I've been doing some flushes with oil just to kind of help clear things out. But this is almost done curing. Like, so I'm gonna do the plugs. Since I got this stuff taken apart, I'm gonna do the drain and fill transmission fluid. I'm using this. Pretty much a lot of stuff I've been ordering, gaskets and all that. I use Rock Auto. I prefer Rock Auto. They pretty much got everything you need, and they can get shipped to you pretty quickly. Like, I ended up freaking damaging when I was taking off the crank pulley. This is the new one, but I am damaging the other one. The puller remover tools grabbed the little notches in it. It cooked it, so I had to get a new one. Another little tip is when you're taking off your gasket, your old gasket, I use this razor blade to get the big stuff, and the rest to get it mainly clean. I just use a little Brimo pad, that's it, and it helped clean it up pretty good. And timing, your timing kit, that way you lock in your timing. But yeah, I'm gonna start putting everything back. And then whatever Ford engineer thought this was the greatest spot for this water pump. I mean, if you could stand like right here and open your legs, and I can just, yeah, freaking moron. Get the new gaskets too for your valve covers. But that's it for this quick little tips and tricks. All buttoned up and cranked over. $124,000 miles on this water pump. That's as far as I got. Hopefully this helped you guys. Anyway, working on this water pump situation on these engines. Catch you on the next one.